God said, let there be light. Oh, that's sick. Now I got some cut to do, boys. Now when it comes to lighting, we're gonna be using this light right here, which is the Lumen Pacific. Let's go! Let's fill all these little holes. You're gorgeous, dude. Without further ado, let's put our booger to his enclosure. What's up, GW family? Welcome back to another video. Weeks ago, I got a mangrove snake, my dream snake. Now, he's housed in this container right here on top of this 4x2x2 that's holding our black dragon. And just throwing a little razzle-dazzle out there, we have a huge enclosure coming for our black dragon jet. So be sure to stick along for that. But our mangrove snake here, which we've named Hornet, has been housed in this tiny little box for the last couple of weeks. Now, we're going there digging around trying to find him, but we fed him a few days ago for the first time, and man, he snagged it. It was so fire. I fed him 3 little pinkies, but he only ate 2, which is still good for his size. And if you guys know anything about baby mangroves or mangroves in general, they're tough to feed. Unless you have a mangrove snake such as this one, which is the Boiga melanota. All the other species are a little bit more difficult to feed, but these guys get bigger, the patterns on them get a little bit different, and they're just an overall gorgeous snake. Now, I've always wanted Boiga, as I mentioned, and I want to get more Boiga, but that's not the topic of today's video. Today's video, we're gonna be getting our mangrove snake out of this tiny little box, and we're going to be putting him in this 36x36x18 enclosure, which is going to be a massive upgrade. Probably a little bit too big for him, but go big or go home, right? I'm hoping that he doesn't lose his mind in there or I never see him again, which I don't think. Nonetheless, we're going to do this build, and it's going to be a naturalistic paludarium, which means there's going to be water in there. But with all the rambling out of the way, it's time to head to our favorite store. We've made it to our favorite home improvement store. Yep, that's Lowe's. And while here, we need to get quite a bit of things, from about 2 to 3 cans of silicone, black spray paint, some moss of different colors, and a glass drill bit. Yes, a glass drill bit. We're going to be drilling a hole in the enclosure, but I'll explain more about that later. Grow up. Tell myself that every day. Grow up.
Now that we're back at the ranch, it's time to get the paludarium planted. With Elaine's help, we moved the enclosure onto a safe mat, gave it a full clean, and spray painted the entire thing. I personally like to spray paint the enclosure because I love a good blackout look. But quick tip, always start painting from the bottom up to help prevent streaks from paint dripping down. I've done some horrible paint jobs, and I found this method, for me, to work perfectly.
All right, now that the paint job's done, we're just gonna wait until tomorrow to get the cork sheets that we need. We'll install those, and then we get to the whole build. So I'll see you guys in the morning.
So it is the next day. It's not the next morning. It's honestly just minutes before Granger closed again. We officially got our cork sheet, almost at cork high, cork sheet back here behind me in the back seat. So we're gonna go ahead and get that home and install it. Also, if you guys are looking for this type of stuff, I know a lot of you guys comment on different videos. Granger, if you have a Granger, however you pronounce it, they have it for super cheap. I mean, it's not cheap. It's literally $10 a frame, but it's worth it. But now that we've got this, let's head on home and start the installation. So the biggest thing with installing these is cutting them to the appropriate sizes to fit your enclosure, siliconing them so that they stick, and then letting them sit for a few days so that they don't slide down or fall off when you start to build or throughout the process of your animal being inside it. So patience is key, as well as precision.
We've got some logs to cut for the paludarium. All right, I should not have this tool, but it was literally $20 off Facebook Marketplace, and I need to cut all these logs so that we can build, let me put this down really quick, just to be safe. We don't want any Final Destination going on here, but we need to cut all these logs so that we can put them into the paludarium. So we're gonna create a mangrove type of environment. So mangrove snakes are found literally in swamps, near riverbed, near any types of water basins. So imagine like how like deep rooted, but roots are coming out of the water. That's how I imagine like the mangrove. But Boiga are extremely arboreal. And actually, if I'm not mistaken, Boiga dendrophylla, the dendro part, just like a mamba dendroaspis, the dendro part means tree, and the aspis for a mamba means dwelling, if I'm not mistaken, or the kings or queens, something where it pretty much means it's arboreal. So the same is true with the Boiga dendrophylla, but in this case, we have the Boiga melanota. They're arboreal, and I hope I'm not losing you here, but they love super high humidity, 70 to 90%, just like we would have down in North Carolina or further south, Florida. Now, the temperatures don't have to be extremely hot, and I'll get more into that in a bit. We are gonna have a small heat lamp just for the top of the enclosure so he can bask, and that'll be around 90 degrees Fahrenheit for the basking spot, but throughout the gradient should be 75, 85, somewhere in there. Now, when it comes to lighting, we're gonna be using this light right here, which is the Lumen Pacific, which is also the light of this video, or the sponsor of this video. Now, this is a super high-tech UVB system controlled all from this remote. Super easy to use. Literally, by the press of a button, you can cut the light on and cut it off. And what's crazy is you don't even have to use the remote. You can literally set timers on here to create a day cycle, a night cycle, and this will dim throughout the day. And it's not just a harsh, you know, on, off. It's creating that cycle of sunlight and nighttime. And what's really cool about this light is the fact that species like my Boiga melanota, who is a nocturnal animal, comes out at nighttime. So whenever that moonlight is out, you can dim this to mimic like a moonlight, which is really, really cool. But we'll have more on this light once we install it onto the enclosure. It's now time to cut. For real this time. Got it? Yeah. Watch out, pups. All right, so we're gonna create a waterfall system using log right here. So we found this out in the wild. Yes, this is a wild caught log. Anyway, we're gonna put moss here and have it kind of like grow throughout. But as you can see here, it's gonna create like a pond type feature up here. And eventually it's gonna fall off the edges. Once it overfills, it's gonna fall off the edges. And it's gonna give like a really nice nostalgic sound. Not nostalgic at all. But it's gonna give a nice white noise, ambient type of sound once we get the flow of the water going. So honestly, I can place this wherever. I think I want it back in this area right here because that's kind of where it stands still. But once I have the tubing through, I can really navigate this wherever, and the tubing can kind of, I don't know. We're just gonna try it. So apparently you're supposed to like start like sideways here. I know there's people in the comments right now like, brother, you're doing it wrong, stop! All right, here we go. Let's go!
Look at that, was crazy.
Oh my!
This chunked off.
Feel my heart. Holy smokes. Whoa. Oh, we did it! We made oh, fire, fire, fire,
Feel
fire! Is it hot?
No.
Oh, it's just smooth.
Completely smooth.
That's so cool. All right, we gotta make another one.
What?
We gotta make a second hole. That's the input. Now we gotta make an output hole so that it sucks the water out. So boom, we've got a hole here, straight through. It's gonna create the trickle effect all the way down into the pond or into the mangrove water swamp, not a landfill, down in there. And then this is the input hole. Oh my gosh. Oh, we are so stoked here. We're so stoked. Oh, that's a smooth little cut as well. Fire, 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 fire. So what we had to do first is sandpaper this down. Shout out to Elaine because she was like, hey, why don't we just try sandpapering the paint off first so that we're not cutting through paint and then cutting through glass and then cutting through the quartz sheet. So that helped out a lot. So what we're gonna do now is sand another piece down here so that we can get our output in. So the output will go, so this will be the input hose and this is the output hose, and they'll work simultaneously to create a cycle of clean water, a cycle of input output into the waterfall. And there goes our mangrove in that little tub right there, ready to get out. Last night I did a water test before I went to bed because I was gonna order some more stuff online, and before I ordered I was like, let me do a water test right quick. And lo and behold, the thing was leaking. So I've spent literally the last 20 minutes clearing out the water in this enclosure, and I've spent the whole day really just thinking about the plans with this enclosure. I'm not gonna do a full-on paludarium. The issue is I was gonna build a land portion, which is what I was gonna buy. I was gonna buy some stuff to make a land portion, a really nice land portion. I got the idea from Reptiliatus. I was gonna get one of those paludarium platforms. Cost hella money. That's why I was like, let me check to see if this thing has a leak or anything before I waste the money on that. But shout out to Reptiliatus Dion up in Canada for the idea. Anyway, so it will work, but the issue is if you look here, I don't know if you can kind of see that or not. If you look here, there's a huge crack back here. And that needs to be sealed. And I did not seal it. Now, a super easy fix for that is just getting some, forget what that paint is called. Oh, dry lock. Get some dry lock and seal it, seal the outside of it. And also get some, what is that called? Get some silicone, and I think it's silicone, and just like crease the edges. The same thing we use to glue the backdrop. That backdrop there, the brown stuff, the cork sheet. But I don't want to go through all that, not right now, and I really don't want to go through it right now because this, although the snake loves water, it's not like its main home, you know, it needs land. And so to take up the whole bottom of this enclosure with just water, as much as I would love it for my personal wants, it wouldn't fully suit this snake 1000%. So we're doing a shift, and that shift is going to include adding substrate, and the substrate essentially is going to act like our water. So the water is going to be replaced with substrate. It's going to be dense with the nutrients for plant growth and you know, bug growth. We're going to get some isopods in here, some microfauna in here, and it's going to be really cool. All right, now that we have all the substrate in, I want to talk about a few key features and also take you inside our sponsor for today's video,
Lumen Pacific. As I mentioned earlier, the Lumen Pacific UVB reptile light is more than just a bulb. It's a smart lighting system crafted for your reptile's health and natural rhythm, with UVB for vitamin D3 synthesis, UVA and far red LEDs for energy, appetite, and reproduction. Your reptile gets the full sun experience right in their tank. You can easily customize your habitat with the LCD remote, 5 preset modes, and even daily sunrise and sunset settings. Energy efficient, long lasting, and easy to install, it's the perfect lighting upgrade for beginners and pros alike. Plus, use discount code GWLP at checkout and save money on your purchase today. Your reptile deserves the best, so why not make the switch to Lumen Pacific?
We're going to be using different sticks and logs that kind of mimic a mangrove. And so when you imagine a mangrove, and we've talked about this, you imagine like a plant that's, excuse me, got dirt in my mouth, holy cow. But you imagine like, you know, this being the water coming up to like here or coming up to here, and the roots are just growing out of the water, and the trees are just can't, I mean, I'll put up a picture of a mangrove, but it's gorgeous. The way mangroves look are gorgeous in my opinion. And so I want to kind of mimic that, again, without the water as the substrate. We have our mixture of all types of goodness for our substrate. But with that in mind, we're going to be placing our logs, our sticks, our cork tubes, everything throughout here. Now, I don't have any cork tubes on me right now, but I will be adding those for hiding up in the canopy. And today we're actually going to be adding a fake plant, which I really hate. But make sure that you subscribe, turn on post notifications so that you see whenever we do install those amazing plants in here, because we already have the substrate already ready for it. And whenever we add our cork hides, which is going to be a necessity for this arboreal species, the mangrove snake. Scientific name, Boiga melanota. So installing this is super, super easy. Literally all you do is take this, we'll focus on my, all you do is take this this metal piece right here, and this is going to magnetize to the top of this, just like that. And what you can do is take one of these screws that are in this bag that you get, that comes straight in the beautiful box that they send you during shipping. I'm dropping all the paperwork. It comes in the box they ship you, and literally just drill a hole into the top of your enclosure right there and drill it into that, and then you'll have like a hanging piece. It's super easy. But in this case, I'm not going to be using this because ours is going to sit right at the top of the enclosure just like that. And we are going to, right there like so. I'm gonna plug this in. And with the power of the Lumen Pacific remote control, God said, let there be light. Oh, that's sick. Oh, let me get the lights. It looks even sicker in the light when the lights are off. Holy smokes. This is by far the littest enclosure we've ever made. Oh boy.
This looks good.
Literally, that's a puppy and the puppy fits in there.
Ain't that right, mamas? Ain't that right, mamas?
Look at this, like the shadows that are forming in the light.
You can fit inside the enclosure, mamacita. Mama caprita. Mama caprita.
All right, so as you can see, this is the final product, the custom enclosure I built for my mangrove snake, the Boiga melanota. And trust me, this one goes crazy. It's probably by far my favorite. I always say that, but I'm trying to top myself every time. No diddy. But I use real wood pieces to create that deep jungle vibe, then added live moss, hand glued with aquatic glue for that fresh, natural look and safe for the animal. The base here, I used a full 6 inches of substrate, probably a little bit more, with rich soil, peat moss, and shredded moss, perfect for holding humidity and giving my snake room to explore and burrow if he so chooses to. Up top, I installed my Lumen Pacific UVB, a solid heat lamp, and a fully automatic misting system to keep it humid and tropical all day. Now, this isn't just a setup, it's a slice of the wild, and I'm personally calling this a 10 out of 10, but I want to know down below in the comments, what would you rate this?
Where is this cutie at? He looks like a bumblebee with the black and yellow coloration. As you can see there, such a sick, gorgeous snake. Oh my gosh, I wanted one of these so bad, and I finally have one. I finally have one. I'm so happy. But I didn't want to use the bee name. Oh, come on, buddy. I'm sorry. I didn't want to use Bumblebee because that would be too basic. So we went with, oh, I don't want to stress him out here. So we went with, jeez Louise. No. Oh, wait, boy, okay. Jeez Louise. Lost him all over the place, okay. But I didn't want to call him B because I'm like, that seemed a little bit too basic, so we came up with Hornet 3 years later. Holy cow, y'all don't understand how long it took to record that. So, anyway, this is Hornet, and Hornet is ready to go into his new enclosure. Look at those colors, oh my Lanta. Oh my Lanta. You're a gorgeous dude. Little boogly head. Little googly boogly head. I'm gonna move him here. Alright. Ready there? Mm-hmm. Without further ado, let's put our booger Hornet, our Boiga melanota, into his enclosure. Holy smokes. He's so tiny. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. Man, it took literally about 2 weeks to get this all done, and quite honestly, I couldn't be more happier. Now, if I look tired, it's because it is 11:56 p.m. It's taken me so long to get this video edited because I've been dealing with IBS. Google what that means and you'll know what I've been dealing with. I just pulled a muscle in my neck the other night, and so that's been stressful. Can barely move my neck anywhere, so that hurts. But we don't want to drain the excitement of this video. As you can see there, that is the enclosure, and we have Hornet out and about right now because he is a nocturnal animal, and so we're gonna stay quiet while we open up this cage. We got our little flashlight. But if you guys look back in there, you can see Hornet back there doing his thing. He's already eaten like 4 pinkies for us. He's whoppering down food, and it's so awesome. I'm so excited. Looks like he's actually about to go in the shed pretty soon. So, and if you check that out, we also installed a, where is that thing at? Oh, there it goes. We also installed a fogging system, a mister, which is down there, and it does a great job of taking the temperature inside the enclosure as well as getting the proper humidity level. So whenever that gets below 80%, it starts to crank up and gives our booger an awesome humidity flow so that the humidity does not drop in here. These guys love high humidity. Also need to change that water dish because he's pooped in there a couple of times, but it's all good. This is the enclosure at nighttime, and man, I could not be more excited. I'm gonna go ahead and close this up so that the humidity stays locked in there because we don't want to lose that humidity. But man, for it to be midnight, I have a lot of excitement because just going through this video and then just seeing this thing for the past couple of weeks, man, I'm just been ecstatic. So hope you guys love the enclosure. Like I said, we're gonna install some plants, some real plants. We have a little pothos in there right now that came with the snake when we got it, and we're gonna put some real cork hides in there. I have like one that I don't really like in there right now, although he sleeps on the ground. We're not too pressed about it, but I would love to give him some enrichment up top so he can sleep up top. But yeah, our friend Rocky came in to hang out with us. Hello, Booker. He heard me talking, so he got out of bed. But yeah, I appreciate you guys for all the love and also all the support. It really does go a long way. We're going to continue to drop quality banger videos like this one today. And if you made it this far in the video, I have a surprise for you. That surprise is me telling you I love you guys. Thank you so much for all the love and support. God loves you so to watch, spread love, not hate. And guess what? I'll see you in the next one.